neighborhood, and you are not welcome.
That's why I need to be here. You need Jesus, ma'am. He can save you.
Delusional.
He can give you a new heart. God can give you a new heart so that you love what God loves. No, that's irrational.
Gender boys who might not have their own money to go buy tampons, if they're provided free in the bathroom, it's a huge plus.
Men do not menstruate. Only women menstruate. Now, you can call yourself whatever you want.
Don't menstruate, but trans men do menstruate.
No,
Same
they
as
don't.
non-binary people.
Only women.
Menstruating is not exclusive
Yes,
to
it
cis
is.
women. No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
So explain to me as to why my body menstruated at
If
some
your
point
chromosomes
then.
are XX and you're young, you menstruate. If you're XY, you don't.
Correct, but what about trans men and non-binary? We're
not
excluding
men.
a whole group of
They're
people
women
that
dressed
menstruate.
as men. You are not a man. You pretend to be a man, and that's okay. That's perfectly fine. Live your life. Tell me what a man is.
Well, what's a man to you? You define a man for me.
You have chromosomes that are X and Y. That's what a man is.
So why are we just looking at the science of this as an example? When we've learned sex and gender identity are they're completely different things.
They're not completely different.
They are
things.
completely different.
Completely different words.
And sex is what you're born with, the sexual reproductive organs you have. Gender is what you identify with. They're completely
Well, I don't
different
accept
things.
that.
You kill the Native Americans, so you use their culture. You kill the Native Americans, so you use their culture. They bled. You use their culture. You fucking cultural appropriators. You took their land. You stole their children. You raped their women. Bye.
Who are you?
I'm Billy Eichner.
And okay, all right. So, and is this like TV or?
Yeah, this is like television. Yeah.
What television?
Like Billy on the Street.
Oh, okay. So are you an internet thing?
No, it's actually a TV thing and an internet thing.
I don't like your attitude.
Okay, I don't like yours. I'm on TV.
Who gives a shit?
Who gives a shit about you, bitch?
Unbelievable.
Fucking hippie, man. I'll fucking fat you right there and get you burger. All right. Put in more steak. All right. You good?
I actually have a question for you. You being an anthropologist, which anthropology is the study of human civilization, So if you were to dig up a human, two humans, in 100 years from now, both man and woman, could you tell the difference? Strictly off of bones.
No. Because there's a wide range
So Riley Gaines is asking this professor of anthropology, simple question. If you went to a site and you dug up some bones of some prehistoric people and you decided to take a look at those bones, just from the bones alone, similar bones, could you be able to tell who was a man, who was a woman? And the professor basically says no and gets laughed in the room by everybody because everybody knows that's not true. We've got scientific methods. We can basically do carbon dating. We can look at composition. You can look at overall length. You can look at overall density. There's so many ways that you can figure out what belonged to a man, what belonged to a woman. But this guy, obviously woke, social justice warrior, doesn't want to go along with that. Anyways, let's continue.
I'm not sure why I'm being laughed at if I'm the expert in the room. Have any of you been to archaeological sites? Have any of you studied biological anthropology? I'm just saying. I've got over 150 years of data. I'm just curious as to why I'm being laughed at. When
I believe it or not, I have put a lot of research into this because
The reason that you're being laughed at, Professor, is simply this. Because even though you said you have 150 years of data, and science supposedly is what you utilize, well, the reason you're being laughed at is because you're making preposterous statements that everybody knows are just not true. You're telling everybody that you can't tell the difference between male and female just based on the bone structure and density that somebody would present to you. That's why you're being laughed at, sir.
I'm not comparing myself to you. I'm not comparing myself to you. I'm just telling you that I have considered all viewpoints.
Why do you think that? Why do you think that they're getting that kind of representation? I mean, it's clearly was aggressive violence.
You suck. You suck. Fuck you. Fuck you. You're not wanted. Fuck you. You're a fucking idiot.
Wow.
I don't know what to say. I guess these police officers are mostly indoctrinated as well. They're afraid of the mob. I think they're afraid that if they do anything to actually keep law and order, that they'll end up being on the end of this verbal abuse. So it's just cowardice from everybody all around.
People probably want to know, how do you keep your composure?
What's that?
How do you keep your composure?
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Unbelievable.
Fuck you. 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 Fuck you.
That's assault. That's assault right there. That guy dressed in girl thing assaulted that guy. And the police are out there too. Oh my goodness. Oh, his dog. Oh. He needs his phone. The guy needs his phone and his purse.
Put it into my mouth. I don't think that's appropriate for this call. Let's stop.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Wait, what?
You don't think that's appropriate for this call?
Well, what was happening? I just thought,
Were you looking down my shirt?
What? I was doing a magic trick.
I was literally grabbing the form that you guys asked for. I shouldn't have to apologize for wearing what I want to wear. Is this what you want, Sam? Like, is this what you wanted me to do?
No, I'm gay.
This idiot right here was telling those guys that, what are you doing looking down her shirt? They're on a TV screen and she's asking them whether or not they were looking down her shirt. And then she says, you want to see these? And the guy goes, no. He goes, I'm gay. What a bunch of unbelievably woke, delusional idiots, folks. Just absolute baffling to the mind how these people are actually surviving in society. It's absolutely, it's mind-boggling.
Thank you for joining me on Upfront. You're an MP and an MEP-elect for Poland's Law and Justice Party, which was recently re-elected to government and which is often criticized for being anti-immigrant, anti-refugee. But actually, you're not anti-immigrant or anti-refugee. You're okay with white Christian immigrants from Ukraine. You've taken around 2 million of them in. You're just not okay, it seems, with brown Muslim refugees from the Middle East. White people fine, brown people not fine. There's a word for that, isn't there, Dominic?
Good evening. Thank you for having me. It has nothing to do with your color. It has nothing to do with the religion. I keep repeating it for last 4 or 5 years. It's all about safety and the common sense. It's not about Ukrainians who are allowed to come to Poland. It's about illegal migrants who wants to cross our borders. And if you're brown, white, yellow, or whatever, if you want to cross our border illegally, you're not allowed. We are reacting.
How many genders are there?
2. It's a spectrum, so like a lot.
Can you name me a few?
You can be man, female. You could be there's so many. A demi girl, a demi boy.
This is a stupid question.
How many are there?
I don't want to participate anymore.
I think there's really an answer to that, given that gender is kind of a social construct, so it's different for every person and also in different cultures.
As many as you want to believe.
Can you name me like a few?
So there's a whole spectrum of them. Obviously,
there are many.
Once again, when you ask this question to a lot of Gen Zers, a lot of millennials, everybody wants to be with the in crowd. Nobody wants to say anything that's going to upset the apple cart. And many of these kids, they've grown up with this word thrown around at them. Genders, sex, binary fluid, LGBTQIA, queer. I mean, all these things have been thrown at kids. They've been so hypersexualized from a young age that as they go through school and whatever, they see this happening. And then they see it on TikTok. They see it on social media. So, of course, they just follow the crowd. And they get indoctrinated into this propaganda that's being peddled out there by Democrats, by leftists, socialists. I mean, this is what's happening by the far left and by these groups that are in such a minority, but they have such a huge voice because they have the social media platforms behind them, because they have money and power that's backing them. They've got, on Twitter, it seems like they're all over the place. But in fact, they're a very, very, very small minority, but they have a huge amount of power through media. And that's exactly how they're able to indoctrinate, to propagandize this platform of transgenderism, of, allowing males into women and girls' spaces, allowing men to compete. And if you don't agree with it, they're going to come down on you hard. They're going to come down on you heavy. They're going to try to cancel you. They're going to try to make you lose your job. They're going to try to make you, if you're in office, they're going to, put pressure on for you to resign. If you're the president of a company, they're going to make you resign. Or else, get into the DEI, which I call the DIE. If you're not going to try to include diversity, if you're being shown that you're not showing equity or equality, if you're not showing inclusion. And then young kids go out there, they march, they protest. Many of them just go along because either they just want to go along or they don't want to rock the boat or want to seem, that different. That's what's happening out there, folks. That's what's going on. Anyways, we appreciate you taking the time to watch. You've been watching the Dr. Nasser Shake Show. I've been your host. My name is Dr. Nasser. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, like, share, and follow. You all know what to do. Take a look at our other video links above and below. My final thought, as always, when you're right, you're right, and when you're left, you're wrong. Until next time, folks, take care and stay safe.